After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
I'm actually surprised more games aren't tied because the messages of both locker rooms are essentially the same, and it starts with both trying to get a quick start. But one team actually did, but the defensive guys, they can take it right back because this game has been a tug of war all the way through.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Devontae Smith, 60 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Pickett looking to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure. Pickett lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Devontae Smith with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for two. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught at the 1. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for two is going to come up empty.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
Jones now on the return.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVP. Pickett lost it, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and a couple.
They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Xavier Legette.
49 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
So this time the conversion is good after a pair of failed 2-point tries. Charles, they're 1 for 3 now.
And you would figure with 3 touchdowns scored, your minimum number of points would be 21, right? 3 extra points. And as you noted, they went for 2 twice, didn't get it. Went here again. This reminds me of something a coach told me a while ago. They have more 2-point plays on their ready sheet nowadays than ever before. It used to be like 1 or 2. Now most teams have up to 6 or 7 that they have at the ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Pickett lost it.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Pickett.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's Pickett. Right back to Njoku.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
A run up the middle with Irving. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
53, Mike 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it.
Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to try and go deep again. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw here into the hands of Jones.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well done. You've defeated